Girls, what was the most obvious hint you dropped and the guy just didn't get it? I told the guy I liked him. His sister confirmed it multiple times. Nice joke, he says. He never believed any of us, so that was fun. Not saying it's what you were doing, but as a little fat boy in middle school, some of the mean girls thought it would be very funny to pretend to like me as a joke. Once I figured out what was happening, it made it very hard for me to trust any woman who told me that for a long, long time. In college, I was in a board game club with a really cute boy. In his defense, I was initially in a relationship when we met, and for several weeks I was trying to set him up with my friend. But then she decided she was interested in someone else. By then I was single, so he and I made plans to have a movie night. The day before the movie night, we had a club meeting and the flirting is off the charts. A ton of giggling, footsie, some random tickling, basically a bunch of obnoxious behavior that was annoying the people we were gaming with. Keep in mind, we are the type of awkward nerds to spend our Friday nights at a board game club, so it's considerably less risque than some of the answers here, but still pretty freaking heavy handed. At the end of the night, I tell him I'm really looking forward to our movie night. The next evening, he comes to my dorm. We build a blanket fort and make some popcorn, get real cozy, and start the movie. He doesn't make a move the entire time. The movie ends and the credits roll, and we are sitting mostly in the dark, making super painful small talk and lame jokes about the movie. Finally, I give up waiting and kiss him on the cheek. He buries his face in a pillow and says through it, "Do you like me?" Yes, you dingus. What else could this be? Anyway, we are married now. He was applying for a teaching job for a trade at a local college. I told him he'd be the type of teacher I'd absolutely have a crush on. Later, he told his friend what I had said, and his friend had to tell him, "Dude, you know what she means by that." Edit to add, he got the hint, and we kiss now. A girl suggested meeting at my place the first time we met. Then we were hanging out on my bed. Then she said it was really hot and took off her jumper even though I had the air con on. Then she was like, "Really? When are you going to make a move?" I said I didn't want to be presumptuous or be a creep, lol. During my teen years, I grew really close with this one particular girl. Being a dumb teen, I never picked up any hints. We'd literally be in bed spooning, and she'd start grinding her ass on my crotch. And what did stupid me think? Oh, she's probably just trying to get comfortable. Let me move away and give her a little space. So the next night, she does the same, but this time reaches over into her nightstand and conveniently pulls up a pack of condoms, places them so I can see, and proceeds to repeat the maneuver from the night prior. I still didn't get it. This was over 15 years ago, and she'll still make fun of how oblivious I am. The more I read, I realized nobody gave me any hints. This is the most painful thing I agree with. To any women in here who are still dropping hints, don't. He won't get it. Just be straightforward and tell him you think he's cute, and ask if he wants to grab a coffee with you sometime. Worst case scenario, he tries to make you feel bad or embarrassed for asking, then you know you've dodged a bullet and can walk away, knowing you've lost nothing. A lot of men have never been hit on. A lot of men have never received a compliment. A lot of men find confidence to be very attractive. A lot of men have never met a woman who makes the first move. Regardless of his answer, he will be flattered. This method has worked for me 100% of the time, and I'm ugly as hell. Just ask him out. Also, bear in mind, a lot of men mistake friendliness for flirting. But a lot of men know a lot of men mistake friendliness for flirting, so they'll think a woman is flirting with them. Then think, oh, wait, I'm doing the thing where I mistake friendliness for flirting, even when they're mistaking flirting for friendliness, mistaken for flirting. Before I started dating my ex, she had her gay friend sleep on the floor and me in her bed after a night out, and I just thought, wow, that's very nice of her. I'm the guy that missed an obvious hint. She said, I have some new bras I want to model for you. That was more than 15 years ago, and it still haunts me daily. High school me was very dumb. I got drunk with some friends one time and was talking to a friend of a friend. Somehow we got on the subject of banana chairs, and I told her I had one. Her. I've always wanted to have sex on one of those. Me. That does sound fun. You should absolutely get one. A guy on Tinder said he wanted to kiss me. I asked him where he lived. He told me not to change the subject. This one is so fucking funny to me. He played himself. I was studying abroad with a friend, and there was a student event at the local bars. We had a blast, and the night continued to the early hours of the next day. I was hammered and went home, and he stayed at the bars and started talking to a Mexican girl. They left the bar to walk around the city just talking. They talked for a couple of hours and ended up in front of the girls' housing complex. She invited him up for a cup of tea at 5 in the morning, and he accepted. She wanted to show him some pictures on her phone while sitting on the bed and asked him to come next to her. Bro asked that, shouldn't we put the kettle on? She got up and made them some tea, and they drank it while talking. An hour or so later, Bro thanked for the tea and told her that he needs to go to sleep and just left. I could not stop laughing when he told me what happened the next day. I told my now boyfriend that I liked him. He just smiled and said thank you. I was embarrassed, but he did get my number a week later. We've been together for 2 years and a month now. I texted him, let's fuck. I went to his room and he took a shower. Then we sat there for 45 minutes talking about nothing. I went back to my room and he said he didn't think I was serious because he never had someone come on to him like that. Dude, I just wanted some dick. I'm the guy. A cute girl in school won a prize and invited me of all people to the cinema. I thought she was just being nice and told her to go with someone else. Took me years to realize it. Asked this guy from my chemistry class to help me study specifically on Valentine's Day. He brought his entire study group. There were 7 of us, crammed in a coffee shop, reviewing molecular structures. You didn't get the D, but I am sure you got an A. This girl I was friends with was dancing with me in a nightclub on more than one occasion when I was like 18 or 19, and she kept putting her hands up my shirt and squeezing my butt, but I didn't do anything about it because I was like, she probably is just a flirty person and is not interested in me like that. Looking back, I feel a bit stupid. Her. Sex would really help with this headache I am having. Me. Have you tried a stronger Tylenol? Possibly a bit of obvious hint from both of us. And both of us being oblivious, too. Second date. We just got on a city bus and we're sitting talking when he says his hands are really cold. In hindsight, he was subtly trying to suggest holding hands. I completely missed it. Instead, I told him that the best way to warm hands quickly is tucking them under boobs. He also completely missed that hint. To be fair to him, there's no way I would immediately jump to the conclusion that you want me to practically feel you up on a city bus. I had a huge crush on a registered massage therapist in college. She was kind, intelligent, hot, the whole package. One day I mentioned wanting to learn more about massaging. She texts me at 1 a.m. and tells me to come to her dorm. Her roommate promptly leaves and she sits me in a chair and shows me a few things. Then she tells me to try on her and takes her shirt and bra off. I was erect the entire time, but my brain couldn't grasp that she was into me. Ladies, we are dumb creatures. Please be explicit with us. Not me, but him. He took me out to a pizzeria that only had tables for 2, and they served us a heart-shaped pizza with candles on the table. And I still didn't realize it's a date until right before going home, he said, "Did you enjoy the date?" Yep, I'm really oblivious. Now it's your turn. Tell me the most obvious hint you dropped that he still didn't catch. Let's see who had it worse in the comments.